Welcome back for another Halo Flashpoint painting tutorial. Today I'm working on some terrain from Vangaurd Terrain. You can find them on my mini factory. This is their Vangaurd Industrial Complex set. Works really great for Deadzone and Flashpoint. I'm going to start off basing this out with my airbrush, but if you don't have an airbrush, don't click away. You can achieve these same results pretty easily with a rattle can or even with a brush if you so choose. I start out basing it in brown because I want a dingy kind of dirty effect, and it'll really help with the roofs going forward. Following that, I start with a dark gray, then a little further up a lighter gray, and then finally I end with a very light gray that I kind of spurts through the airbrush to get a textured effect down on the surface. With our base colors down, I decided I want a little more interest in the structures. So I use a sheet of paper to create a hard edge so that I can basically stencil off a portion of the model. You can do this with any flat, hard, straight edge you have, or you could even tape it off if you were so inclined. What you're looking to do is just create a stripe. I do a red and a blue stripe on each one just to kind of signify the red and blue teams. And it goes down pretty effortlessly. You don't want it to be perfect. It's okay if it smudges or doesn't cover quite as well, because that'll just imply some weathering or wear on the paint job. Next, I go in with just a spurt of matte white onto the lights on the side of the structure. This is just to create a base tone to do a little source light on it. You could do this with a dry brush. The effect won't be quite the same, but you could achieve it, or it's completely optional really. You're just trying to get some terrain on the table. The matte white down, I go back with a shot of Zealot yellow speed paint through the airbrush. This really brightens it up and makes it look like a little bit of a glow effect. It's a nice effect to add just because there's not a lot of additional details to pick out, but this is optional. Remember when we painted everything brown earlier? Well, I've left the roof that base brown color, and now I'm going to apply a heavy dry brushing of dark silver just to make the structure appear metallic in nature. Our dry brush complete, I'm going to use Army Painter Rust Effect and stipple the edges and some various spots on the roof to make it look worn and rusted out. You can use the rust effect, but really any dark orange paint will work pretty much just as well. As a completely optional step, I'm going to pick out some of the panel details on the side of the structure. With that, I'll call this building finished. It takes me about 4 hours total to get the entire table done with this method, and these techniques will work on anything from 3D printed terrain to the official Mantic terrain for Halo Flashpoint. I hope this was useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you can think of anyone else that might find value in it, please share it. Also, if you would, toss me a like, and if you haven't subscribed, it's helpful to get the channel to spread around more and help other hobbyists getting into Flashpoint. As always, thanks for watching.